Ian, Shani, Caroline, Lily, Debbie, and I'm Lily. Today we're going to talk about COVID-19 pandemic. This is our agenda. First of all, we are going to show you the 3-minute bus stop chat, and then we will have a reflection, what have we learned. In the end, we will have the personal and group achievement and challenges sharing. Now let's get started with the 3-minute bus stop chat.
After coming back from America, I started my 14 days quarantine. But I don't even have any idea why I have to come back. I don't even know what the world's going on. I don't even know why Taiwanese are all wearing masks. Fine, I'm going to Jai City right now. But before that, I remember President Donald Trump once said we don't have to wear any mask. Let me check if this is correct.
To wearing one yourself.
Well, I just don't want to wear one myself. It's a recommendation. They recommend it. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, Trump is right. Chinese, Taiwanese are freak. Whatever, I'm going to Jai City right now by the bus.
Hey, isn't that one of my old friends who comes back from the US several days ago? Hey bro, long time no see! Hey! How have you been?
I've been good. Hey, my bus is leaving. Talk to you next time.
Wait!
What? What do you think you're doing? You're not allowed to get on the bus without wearing a mask.
Why not? That is too ridiculous. Just let me get on the bus.
No!
What the?
What are you doing? You can't get on a bus without wearing a mask on.
Why not?
You don't know how serious the pandemic is, do you? Nearly 2 million people are infected. And do you know how many people were killed by this virus around the whole world?
But President Donald Trump said there's no need to wear a mask.
You believe in Trump? Do you know the US has the most confirmed cases around the world? About 580,000. And its death toll is 23,000. 4% of people are dead. Even Taiwan, we have 393 cases. After hearing this, you still believe in Trump?
Oh my god! What should I do? I don't even have a mask on right now.
Don't worry. I've got one for you. And in Taiwan, we have to wear masks to get on any transportation. If you don't have enough masks, you can go to any pharmacy to buy masks. And in Taiwan now, we can get 9 pieces in every 14 days.
But what if there's no pharmacy around our school and I don't even have cars or motorcycles to go to the town?
Don't worry. You can sign up this application
This application.
called 健保快易通.
Okay, yes. And?
And you can get your mask in the nearest convenience stores.
Wow, that's so convenient. But besides this, what else can we do to protect ourselves and the others?
Well, that's easy. You can keep a social distance.
Social distance?
By social distance, I mean we can keep 1.5 meters indoors
1.5 meters?
and 1 meter outdoors.
1 meter?
In that way, you can protect yourself and protect the others.
Wow, that's so informative. But my bus has just left. So, do you want to have a coffee with me?
Sure.
Let's go.
And now we're going to talk about our reflection. What have we learned? 3 months ago, when the coronavirus just started, we think this disease is just an epidemic. In the worst case, it may spread over Asia, but it will be in control very soon. There's no need to wear masks wherever we go. However, after 3 months, it turns out to be a pandemic. Most of the countries got infected, especially Europe and the United States. become so serious that people need to wear masks wherever they go to protect themselves and others. In our opinion, the serious outbreak in Europe was the momentum of change. We used to think Europe is a much safer place than Asia because they are far away, and also 3 months ago, there's only few confirmed cases. People still can travel around. However, everything has changed. Now the United States and Europe has become the most serious place and has the most confirmed cases. What has surprised us is that World Health Organizations is the least reliable organizations when the world's health is threatened by a global pandemic. People used to believe that WHO is trustworthy. No one expected that they will mislead and hide the truth about the coronavirus. Here are some examples. On January 19th, WHO told the world that preliminary investigation conducted by the Chinese authorities have found no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission of the novel coronavirus identified in Wuhan, China. They helped their good friend China to hide the seriousness of the pandemic. The other one is that in their guidance, there is currently no evidence that wearing a mask by a healthy person in wider community settings can prevent them from infection with the virus, including COVID-19. Moreover, on February 23rd, Dr. Tedros, the Director General of the World Health Organization, claims that the outbreak will not constitute a public health emergency of international concern. However, it is totally different from what they can claim. They really underestimated the seriousness of coronavirus, which leads to massive outbreak all around the world. What has bothered us is that we cannot participate in any international organizations such as WHO. In international organizations, members can share information and help each other to overcome the difficulties. If Taiwan cannot join, no one will help us to solve the problem. But thankfully, this time, Taiwan doesn't need help. Instead, we can offer help. As people can see from the previous month, Taiwan did a good job to prevent serious outbreak. If we could join WHO, maybe they will not ignore Taiwan's warnings about the human-to-human transmission this time.
Hi, I'm Shani. Let's talk about what have we learned in the past few weeks. We divide these parts into 5 sections, and first part is about individual. Coronavirus changed people's lifestyle, and people start pay attention to the distance with other people, and they will wear masks while they are indoor or too close to others. And I think people care about situation around the world, so they will spend more time to read news. Besides, government tell public to avoid touching their face, while before wash hands and avoid eating together to prevent infection. Second part, let's talk about community. In the early outbreak, people easily believe things and do things blindly. For example, there's a fake news that said raw material of mask, tissue, and pad is the same. People think that there will be a shortage of necessities, so they buy things as many as they can. But now people is more radical, and most people care about others while care about themselves. Third part is about Taiwan. Our government formulate policy very quickly, like aviation policy and policy about masks. And our Ministry of Justice have law to punish who spread the fake news, and our daily press conference would correct fake news very quickly. These days, Taiwan started to giving masks to other countries, and on social media we can see some people said Taiwan have done is very good, but still people criticize Taiwan for some political reason or something else. But this time, Taiwan fight back on social media, and we can see that on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. In the past 2 weeks, because of coronavirus, Taiwan have more and more comments against China or WHO. Big news in Asia is that Tokyo Olympics has been extended to 2021, and many American European countries have discrimination against Asia because they wear masks or even just because they are Asian. Surprisingly, death rate in Asia is the lowest in the world, though China is the first country has confirmed cases. The thing in Asia is that many countries used to wearing masks during this pandemic. Finally, what have we learned about the world in the past few weeks? In February, China just started the coronavirus outbreak, and many countries, even WHO, thought that this virus is not a big deal. But now, many countries have locked down and start to quarantine to slow down the spread of the disease and treat COVID-19 as a very serious problem. Also, coronavirus have severe impact on global economy. For example, the 2020 stock market crash began on Monday, March 9 in US stock market. Besides, many concerts have been extended, like One Ok Rock or Green Day. As the pandemic gets worse, many countries have a lack of medical supplies such as protective clothes and masks. And now, COVID-19 death toll has passed 100,000. Finally, we have oil crisis around the world.
What do we want to learn more for this part? Because the pandemic is still serious now, we are eager to know the certain date of the COVID-19's extinguishment. And what is our outlook on this for the next few months? Since COVID-19 shifts are in the herd, staying at home becomes a tendency throughout the world nowadays. In this situation, the environment of society has also changed. In Taiwan, to let people guard down, many experts work quite hard on finding a way to make COVID-19 vanish forever. Yet, our government say that they could not predict it. That is, we have to keep the lifestyle staying at home for a long while. For the world, the pandemic is terribly raging on in the United States and Europe. In these countries, they locked down many cities because of the increasing confirmed cases. The United States government planned to release those cities in May. For the death toll of the United States is already over 20,000, and the data of Italy is quite close to the United States. The total death toll for the global world is over 110,000, and it is possible to get higher. The social distancing might be kept for 2 or even 3 months, and also the phenomenon that people keep staying at home and avoid entering the crowd space might continue until the situation gets better. For economic part, travel agency and aircraft industry in the global world might be in depression. However, for the delivery, flight, and e-commerce are in the condition of taking off, and so is the streaming media like Netflix, Catchplay, and Friday, and so on. And for the political power, that is really a big event just happened a few days ago. On April 8th, Dr. General of WHO Tedros said that he has been suffered from racial discrimination from Taiwan, and this has launched a great disturbance.
Okay, so for the last part, we're going to share our personal and group achievements and challenges during this learning module. And for the first one is news reading and poster sharing. During news reading and poster sharing, the biggest benefit we'll learn is to think critically. To cultivate critical thinking, we can give a lot of different opinions to our peers, and also we can share a lot of different ideas to our classmates. We can also summarize and organize all of the information to our audience and let them know the context simply. And for the next part is roleplay games. During roleplay games, we can divide it into 2 parts. So the first one is government officials, and the second part is journalists. And being a government official, we learned a lot about professional knowledge. To be convincing to the audience, we have to learn about a lot of professional information, and also a lot of medical terms, and also a lot of updated news, so that we can be convincing to the audience. And for a journalist, we learn how to test the credibility of the news, of the information, and we know how to organize and summarize and put all the things together and do the best at our press release and our press kit, so that we can tackle with all kind of difficulties in a press conference. And during the briefing, it's always important for us to summarize and to review all the things we have learned before. So in the briefing part, we find it really, really interesting and exciting to make a video and to make make what we have learned into a very rich content. Yeah. And during the thematic language use, we learned a lot about vocabularies. We learned how to talk in a formal way, and we also learned how to talk in an oral way. It's pretty different in these three ways. So during this module, we learned a lot about eloquence. We learned a lot about word using. We also learned a lot about critical thinking, and so that is basically what we have learned the most during this module. And that's all our presentation. Thank you.